What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and in this video, I'm going to give you my first impressions of the Warm Audio WA-1B. Now, I'm going to hold off on my full review until I can get this to the studio and do some tracking with it. I've only had it for a few days, and I've just ran it through a few tracks. I haven't tried it on a mix yet, but we're going to go over this and let you hear it on some vocals. And I'll say right up front, I'm really excited about this compressor because, as y'all know, I love opto compressors, but I tend to be pretty hard on Warm Audio because obviously they do a lot of clones, and 9 times out of 10 it's a clone of something I just don't feel like we need another one of in the market. And just in doing this so long, I'm just really not impressed by clones. Also, my take on clones is if you're going to clone something, then make it better than the original. And in my opinion, Warm Audio does not tend to do that. They just look to clone exactly what was there. And we'll get more into that as we go over the WA-1B here. But let's get right into this. Front End Audio did send me this to check out, so shout out to them. This is available at Front End Audio, and I have a link in the description of this video if y'all want to check it out, learn more about it, or pick it up. But let's check out the WA-1B. So here's the WA-1B. If you're familiar with a CL-1B, then you've got all the same controls here. Now, when I talk about cloning something but making it better, here's an example. One thing about the CL-1B that's always annoyed me was the ratio knob, because it shows 2:1 and 10:1, and you never really know where you're at when you're in between of that. So, for example, we have 2:1 and we have 10:1. So I wish Warm Audio would have put some more markings for some popular ratio settings like a 3:1, 4:1, 8:1, just so you can know exactly where you are when you're in between the ratio. But on this vocal, I am going to, let's see, we've got about a medium attack, about medium release, I'll say. I've got it set in manual, and I'm going to zoom in on the VU meter when we listen to the vocal, therefore you can see just how the compressor is reacting. So when the compressor is bypassed, the VU meter will not move, so that's how you'll know it's bypassed. And when it's engaged, you will see the VU meter moving to show how much gain reduction is doing, and that'll let you know that the compressor is engaged. Now, this is a singer-songwriter named Trisha Alicia. The vocal chain we used on this was a Vanguard V13 microphone going into a Phoenix Audio Ascent EQ mic pre, no EQ settings. All right, I'm going to play it through the first time with it bypassed, then I'll play it through a second time with the WA-1B engaged, and then the third time it goes through, I'll bring it in and out so you can hear the immediate difference.
Just when I feel like I'm all alone, Jesus, you're there, you're there. Jesus, you're there with me, you're there with me, you're there with me, you're there, you are. Jesus, you're there. Every day you're there, you're there with me, you're there. Just when I feel like I'm all alone, Jesus, you're there, you're there. Jesus, you're there with me, you're there with me, you're there with me, you're there, you are. Every day you're there, you're there with me, you're there. Just when I feel like I'm all alone, Jesus, you're there, you're there. Jesus, you're there with me, you're there with me, you're there with me, you're there, you are. Every day you're there, you're there with me, you're there.
So my impressions of the WA-1B, the new Warm Audio compressor. I'm really liking this compressor. I'm really impressed from the first vocal I ran through it. You can hear on this one, it really adds a nice color as well as thicken up the vocal with really smooth compression. I mean, really smooth. You saw we're doing like 7 dB of compression. It's not sounding squash at all, which is a reason I like opto style compressors. Now this compressor is coming in at $1,200, which I think is a fair price, especially when you look at a CL1B is almost $4,000 and they've been back ordered forever. So it's a good time for Warm Audio to come out with this compressor since these are hard to get. Now, generally my take on Warm Audio gear is that it's good until I get something better. For example, I had the Warm Audio LA2A, which was good until I got my Manley ELOP, and then I sold my Warm Audio LA2A. I had the Warm Audio Pultec, which was good until I got the West Audio EQP, which is a true passive EQ, and then I sold the Warm Audio Pultec. Where Warm Audio has an advantage with this product is there's not any other really clones on the market of this compressor. You could say the Tube Sessor from Heritage Audio is one, though it definitely adds a lot more than what a CL1B does. That's my take on cloning something but making it better. There's a lot more features on the Tube Sessor, but it's also twice the cost of this compressor. So I'm really impressed in this. I can't wait to get it to the studio to track with it. And again, I'll have a link in the description if y'all want to check this out and learn more about it or pick it up. It is available at Front End Audio. Definitely comment and let me know what y'all think about this compressor and what do you think about this example that I've shown here. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. And if y'all want to continue to see content from me, y'all know what to do.